Is this thing on? I hope you guys can hear me. It looks like it's recording. My name is Michael Knipp, and it is June 7th, 2021, and I have to get this message out while I can. I don't know who's following me and what they already know, but I'm trying my best to leave this message for posterity, for anyone that may come after seeking the truth. Everything is not the way that it seems. I was given an early copy of the book Rabbits by Terry Miles to review, and I have thoughts about it. Rabbits is a science fiction thriller of a story that takes place in a world where there is an augmented reality game, some sort of like technological, mysterious, and potentially otherworldly game that players from all over the world can play and participate in. The origins of the game are unknown, but everyone knows the game is dangerous. The Rabbits world was originally created as an audio drama, and it's an audio drama that I love. I've talked about on the channel before, and it's this 12-piece standalone story that takes place within this game and explores a ton of super fun science fiction-y concepts in a way that is, it's gonna scratch like your X-Files, your Twin Peaks vibes, but also like reach a little bit more in the science fiction place, but not like science fiction like themes, but science fiction like crazy tech stuff. And this book is another standalone that takes place in that same world. I can't talk about it too much because it hasn't been released to the public yet, but as someone that has listened to and loved that original audiobook series, I will say this is a standalone. You don't need to listen to the original series to read this book. In fact, because there are some of the mysteries that are shared between the two books, it might be more fun if you are a reader and you prefer this medium over the audio drama medium for you to sort of read this book instead, or at least first, and you'll see some of the crazy, weirder elements come across in a way that's more mind-blowing. I guess it's mind-blowing either way. It's just whichever way you see it first. But regardless, this is a standalone, and it's not something where you have to have listened to the original Rabbits to enjoy it. I still recommend you listening to the audio drama as well as reading this book because I am a huge fan of Rabbits. I try my best to get out the message of Rabbits no matter who out there is trying to stop me and who's been following me. I think this book really, similar to the audio drama, captures the sort of neo-hipster crust punk vibes where it's like everybody talks about video games, everybody's super passionate about listening to the same mostly indie music, and this like sort of hipster, a little bit, you know, rough around the edges community where people are staying up late and they're hackers and that kind of shady side of the internet and the world or whatever. That's the vibe that it's going for, and it really caters to people that like that sort of insular, I don't like to just use the word hipster community, but like, I think you know what I'm talking about. It's based in the Pacific Northwest, and it has to do with like tech and like those sorts of vibes, and it really tries to pull some of the nostalgia strings with the references that it's making in both like musical ways and also video game and technological ways. The pace is just wild, and it was a really good book to get me out of a reading slump because it's so chaotic, and also because it's just all of the right weird vibes that speak to me directly. There are a couple negatives about this book. First of all, it's a type of wild that may not appeal to everyone because it really leans extremely heavily into the weird. If you are the type of person that likes your thrillers to be, realistic in a way that could happen every day, and you don't like supernatural or fantastical elements, this may be a rough read for you because it is crazy in some of those sort of ways. And I feel like I have to warn you a little bit. It's pretty obvious very early on that that's the case, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything too much. But if you are the type of reader that wants to read like Alex North from like The Shadows or The Whisper Man, and you really are into that sort of thriller vibe, this is probably not something that's going to speak to you. But if the references that I've made to like Twin Peaks or Pacific Northwest spookiness or just crazy, wild, so weird that the weirdness alone may turn people off, those are like hooks for me. That's what draws me. Going back to my thoughts about that crazy community aspect of like all these people are into the same sort of cultures or whatever, of like John Wick with the Assassin's culture, or the Lies of Locke Lamora with the Thieves culture, or Pirates of the Caribbean with its Pirates code, where there is this sort of unspecified, unstated group of rules that everyone follows. There's this community that everyone is aware of. There's like, it's this really cool secret society within a society thing going on, and I really love that sort of trope in stories, and this does it really, really well. What Terry Miles accomplishes in this novel is really awesome. It's really fun. It's really unique feeling in the book space, and if someone else reads this book and knows other books that are like this that you would like to recommend to me, please do, because I am not aware of very many stories in general, especially in the book space, that scratch all of the itching points that I have in this one for me. Secret societies, X-File mysteries, conspiracy theories about, the global everything behind everything, like kind of like a crazier, weirder National Treasure or Da Vinci Code thing, but like turned to 20,000. Another minor complaint that I have is that I don't think this story sticks the landing as well as the original Rabbits did. There's a couple different failures that it has that the original didn't have, but in no way did that ruin the story for me. It just didn't conclude in a massive, awesome, epic explosion. It was more just like, okay, cool, this book was over, and it was a blast. I think those are the majority of my spoiler-free thoughts. I would highly recommend this book to you. If any of the things I said sound interesting, please let me know if this video made you interested in this book and put it in the comments down below. If you liked the video, once again, give it a thumbs up. I will be leaving this location because I have to go into hiding, but I will try to check the feedback from a remote location. Another place you could try to contact me to see if I'm safe after this video is my Discord, which is linked down below. If you'd like to support me financially to try to sort of help me reestablish things as a sort of personal witness protection program, there's a link to a Patreon down below, as well as a link to a merch store. All of those things will help me relocate, get back up on my feet once I have found a safer location. Oh crap, I can hear footsteps. They're coming for me. I gotta go. I hope to survive long enough to try to contact you guys again. Thank you for watching. Bye. He's no and I'll catch bus to mark as I'm cowed at Lorgam at him like me. There he sits calling of a week.
No, I never get enough. Always looking up, tired, sleep. No, I never get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired.